The nitrogen cycle has some key players, a little bit different than the carbon. You got actual storms going on, and this is going to be an update as it's out of order per se. And you got lightning here. We'll come back to that. You also have, of course, the land that we see. This is our top layer. And in this land, you have living organisms. We're going to use trees. And these are going to be considered also our primary producers. They're using photosynthesis. And the primary producers are also going to be accompanied by these primary consumers. This is an amazing cow. Can't go wrong with that cow. And moo. And so this cow is also going to be, that's a biotic factor. We also have some abiotic factors. And over here, this is going to be the ocean. Very small ocean, but represented by it. And then we have some steps that are going to play into this. So we're going to add some labels and then connect them with some arrows. So some key players here. We have precipitation. And this is coming in rain, snow, ice, sleet, all that. And then you also have lightning. And then you got, this is going to be included as the plants. And and then the plants, you got the animals, again the primary producers, and of course the ocean. Also, what's going to happen is we're going to have some key terms here. We're going to add this word called dentify. Dentify has a lot to do with the release. And release and dentify go together. So we're going to put release. And then nitrates. It's a type of nitrogen, but it's in the form of it that it is. And then what happens with the nitrates is it goes through a process in combination with the nitrites. So these two, they're complementary, and they're involved in a similar process. It's going to interact because of bacteria. We're going to put bacteria in two spots. Bacteria is going to be under the ground and in the water. So bacteria is a heterotroph, and the plants are autotrophs. And so this connection is going to be all part of the process, especially as this happens. So we have the animals. This is going to produce waste, and this is going to be called organic, or of the earth, organic residue. Kind of what's left over, the leftovers. And this is coming from waste of the animals and the plants. We're going to connect those in a moment. And what's happening here too, you dig deep down, we have some different elements of the soil like clay, and all this is going to help to form or complement why the matter that is produced is there. And then we're going to add a word, ammonium. And then we're going to add what happens here, and this is plant consumption, which means eating. So now we're going to connect the order of these on how they all work. And what we're all looking at right here, this is all N2, or 2 atoms of nitrogen. This is all gas. So gas from nitrogen makes up almost 78% of the air we breathe. And so this process is going to take some work. So here are our connecting points on how all this takes place. So first, this animal, the cow, is going to produce waste. It is organic residue. And as this happens, ammonia, you might have smelled this in cleaning products. It's found in a lot of areas that you would use to break down or start decomposition and speed it up. So that's going to go to ammonium, and ammonia is very acidic. And that acidic part, you're going to have to break down somehow and pretty much fix it. Now, when you fix it, what's happening is it makes it into a usable form. So this is going to happen in a couple of ways. The bacteria, they fix the actual gas from the atmosphere so organisms can use it, because the bacteria can't use it from the air, and the bacteria are going to make it, actually basically make it formed and dissolve it. So when you had something that's a solid form and you put it in water like Kool-Aid and you have the powder, you mix it up. And then another part that's going to occur, this is going to involve the residue, which is matter, going to produce some ammonia as a waste product that can't be used unless it's fixed. And what happens is clay is like a filter. So clay takes it in and it gives it out. So if you're a farmer, you're paying attention to how much clay is there and how that's going to help with the ammonium fixation process. And the ammonium goes to nitrites that can't be readily used until the bacteria play a part in it. And this part has to do with reducing the amount of nitrates and nitrites in the soil, and it's called leaching, or you're getting less of. So it's going away. When you leach, you lose. Leach and lose. And this is going to be connected to that leaching process. And the nitrates are both always depleting in amount. Now, the whole process of going from the ammonia, the fixing of this nitrogen so the plants can use it, means that nitrites cannot be used, but nitrates can. So nitrites, and that goes to plant consumption. So this is our connecting point of all this taking place. And then nitrates, what's going to happen, it's going to be released. And all this has to do with organic components and movement of gas in different spaces. Another cool way that nitrogen can be fixed and used is actually by lightning. So the electrical impulses allow that to take place, and the movement of all that happens because of the precipitation that is all there. So dead and decaying organic matter, nitrogen is taken up, and these are your primary things to consider. Nitrogen is taken up by primary producers, number one. So that's important. And released by consumers, number two, literally, number two. And then number three is decomposing matter is going to be that part. So primary producers release, primary consumers use, and then they place the matter, decomposing matter, back into the cycle, and that's the nitrogen cycle of decomposition and gas.